Born and raised as a fisherman here in South Florida, I have been fortunate enough to catch just about every fish that's available to me. From all the freshwater exotics to the most prestigious and legendary inshore and offshore species. But there is one fish in particular that has eluded me for all these years, and it just so happens to sit atop my bucket list and be my favorite eating fish of all time. These fish are the ultimate predators, and today, with the help of some amazing friends, we have the opportunity to chase these highly sought after trophies and hopefully accomplish something I've dreamed of for my entire life. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day down here in South Florida, and we are gonna spend the day offshore chasing one of the baddest fish in the ocean, known as the Wahoo. Right behind me are some of my favorite people. We got Viktor from Landshark Outdoors, his lovely wife Brooke driving the boat. Over there is my buddy Dennis. Vic invited me out today on his brand new, beautiful 28-foot blue water. I'm super stoked, man. We're heading out of Pompano Inlet, and we're gonna go see if we can get on these fish. First things first, we gotta make a little run out to the fishing grounds, and then we're gonna get started. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, we just made it offshore. It's a little rough out here. We're gonna head to the back of the boat, and Captain Vic is gonna explain to us how we're gonna be doing this Wahoo fishing. I've really never done this before, only once or twice, so I'm not too versed in it, but he's gonna explain everything we're gonna do, and then hopefully we can get on some fish. I gotta work on my balance out here to keep my footing.
Okay guys, this is probably our 4th or 5th attempt trying to put a Wahoo in this boat. It'll be the first one we put in the blue water. We brought out the big guns. So Tyler's never caught a Wahoo, never seen a Wahoo. So if we get one today, it's gonna be really special. And that's today's goal, is to get Tyler on a Wahoo. And we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing, trolling these bait strips. This one's got a double hook. You got a little mylar, switch skirt, and then a sea witch. And this thing looks really cool underwater. It's got a really big profile. And that bait strip is gonna basically wag its tail just like a bait fish would. So we're gonna get our spread out.
How you feeling, Tyler?
I'm so pumped up. I want to see one of these underwater zebras real bad. See what happens. They've eluded me my entire life, so today might be the day.
You and me both. We're gonna put on the planer right now, and this is gonna get our bait real deep. And the way it works is this side, the side closest to the rod, is weighted, and it's gonna go down like this. And the resistance of that plate is gonna push this planer way down. And we got two different sizes. This is a 4-6, so this one's gonna be the far bait. We're gonna let it out. I like to count to like 20, 25 seconds. You want the baits to be pretty spread apart, otherwise they'll get tangled.
What type of speed do we typically keep?
8 to 10 knots.
All right, Vic just finished putting the spread out right now. We're doing some high-speed trolling. It's gonna help eliminate some of the bycatch. These Wahoo are really aggressive and super fast, so it's good to troll at a little bit of a quicker speed. But yeah, now we sit here and we wait. This is the name of the game with trolling. Hopefully we can get on a fish, fingers crossed. I really wanna see one of these Wahoo in person. I'm pumped up. So some of you might be wondering why we decided to try to film a YouTube video in a rough sea. Ideally, when filming, we want it to be as calm as possible. But when it comes to catching Wahoo, it's all about the moon phase. The most consistent Wahoo fishing always happens right around the full moon. So to be successful, it's important to target them as close to the full moon as possible, whether it's blowing out there or not.
Tyler, just let it run, let it run. That's a good fish.
Yeah?
Good fish. A little bit.
All right, we're hooked up. Just got smoked.
Is it pulling?
It's not pulling anything.
The planer hasn't tripped properly. If you can wind. So we just, I mean, it pulled a lot of line, didn't it?
I didn't see any line go. I mean, the clicker's on.
Well, we definitely just got a hit. We're in 400 feet of water. We got one other bite on our top rod, but it kind of just let go. So we're gonna see what this is. It's on like that. Oh my gosh. We had a terminal tackle failure.
Whatever hit the bait strip on the troll, felt like we had them on for a while, but we had a little technical issue with the planer, so not too sure what happened there, but we're gonna get the spread back out there and try again.
We're gonna get Tyler's first Wahoo today, one way or another. Spirits are good.
Spirits were good. We were bumping some AC/DC and Britney Spears, just enjoying our time out there on the water and knowing that at any minute, the fish of a lifetime could show up.
All right, we got a hit, I think we got a fish on right here. We've been trying all morning. Our buddy Elliot's got 2 in the boat, and this is gonna be our first fish on, I think.
Let's go, baby, we're finally tight. We've been shooting the breeze for hours. It's so exhilarating when that bite finally happens. Just slowly cranking in this fish, just trying to keep steady tension, not letting any slack get in the line. We don't want the hook to pull out. Just taking my time here. We troll all morning long for this one bite. We really got to take advantage of it and get the fish to the boat. There's definitely a fish on here, right? It's not a case of another broken planer?
Maybe. I don't know. Do you feel anything pulling back?
No, not really. I'm not used to fighting fish in the rod holder like this, but we're also still in gear and moving pretty quickly, so it's just hard to tell what we got, if we have anything at all, but we definitely think we got a good bite. Feels exactly how it felt last time.
The same thing happened.
It broke?
This time it broke all the way.
Well, after that second swivel malfunction, we trolled around for hours and hours, but apparently, today just wasn't our day to catch a fish. We were still, however, determined to complete the mission, and with the moon phase still in our favor, we were optimistic that if we got another opportunity to get out there with some fresh tackle, we could find the fish that we were searching for. Alrighty, round 2 of this Wahoo mission. It is rocking and rolling out here. Captain Vic's getting the spread out. Brooke's behind the wheel there. My man Dennis is out here with us again. And let's see what happens, man. These fish eluded us yesterday, unfortunately, but it's a new day. We're feeling hopeful and optimistic. We ran straight to an area where a good amount of Wahoo were caught yesterday. We heard from a few other boats, so let's see what happens. Let's start trolling and fingers crossed we get it done. Oh, that was something.
Oh, that's a fish, Brooke. Yeah, that's a fish.
Oh yeah, this is actually for sure a fish. Oh, it's on top.
I'm gonna reel this in. We got a fish on the short planer. Brooke, we just did the same line. We just got a bite on the long. Tyler's doing his thing. And something came up to the surface and looked like it jumped, but a lot of times Wahoo come up and shake their head too. Just Tyler, keep constant tension on that thing and reel when you can, all right?
Yep.
We'll clear this line for you.
Just trying to drive straight right now. I just put it on autopilot so I can grab this rod when the planer comes up. But it's rough out here. It's definitely not calm.
You're doing great, Tyler. You're doing great.
They're tangled.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Oh, they're tangled? All right,
Yeah.
hold on, I got you. Slow it down a little bit, Brooke.
Well, got a little tangle here, but nothing we can't manage. Victor got eyes on the fish. It looks like it's a Dorado. Yeah, there we go. Clear. All right, we're tight. Lines are free. We got mahi on. Dolphin, Dorado.
We get to use our new mahi gas.
Yeah. Not the targeted species, but
Hey, we'll take
a
it.
welcome fish, that's for sure.
Always welcome a mahi in the boat,
Definitely.
especially after yesterday's no activity.
Yeah, exactly. Turn that clicker off for you guys so you don't hear that noise all day long. Not a very big one, but this is gonna be a gorgeous fish. Once we get it up, just keeping steady tension on this fish. We're gonna bring him right to Vic. Vic's gonna stick a gaff in this fish. One of the best eating fish available to us. There it is on the new gaff.
There we go. First fish in the boat.
Beautiful.
lots of blood.
Here comes the blood. Oh.
Look, see how he came unhooked?
Yeah, see what just fell out. We'll show that guy off in just a second to you guys. Beautiful little mahi-mahi. These fish are absolutely delicious, and the colors are unbelievable, so vibrant. When this fish was coming in, you could see them from so far away. They gotta be 20 inches to the fork to harvest. And like I said, unbelievable table fare, so obviously this one's coming home with us. This is actually a female. It's a bull. Oh wow, this is actually a male. Sorry, I didn't realize. Right here you can see how the top of their head is almost square. That's indicating that it's a bull. If this was a female, which we call a cow, it would be more rounded off, but great fish. Victor already has the spread back out, and we are looking for that elusive wahoo, so hopefully we can get her done. Let's get this guy back in the ice.
By now you've probably heard me say the word spread at least 5 times. And for those of you that don't know, the spread is just the assortment of baits that we're trolling behind the boat. This spread consists of 2 different sized planers that are pulling bait strips at different depths of the water column, as well as 1 subsurface bait. This rod closest to me is our shallow planer, pulling the bait about 20 feet below the surface. The one in the far back is the deepest bait, pulling around 35 feet, and the one behind it has no planer and is our top bait, being trolled just below the surface.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
bite?
that was a big bite.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's go.
All right, Tyler, I'm gonna clear this rod for you.
All right.
He's trying to pull, huh?
Yeah, he did for a second.
That deep, short.
Yeah, it's a deep bait.
Yeah, baby.
He's running drag. First
Smooth.
fish to take drag. Yeah, I got you.
Just keep it nice and smooth.
Yes, sir.
Short
Smooth.
planer once again.
Smooth operation. Yeah, today everything coming on that short planer, the deep bait.
See, maybe the fish wanted some music. We were jamming. You basically fish overkill because you gotta be able to fish really heavy reels, heavy line to be able to get that planer down there because there's a lot of resistance. So I'm gonna take the planer off to Tyler. He's gonna walk back.
All right, Vic just took the planer off for me, so I'm connected with just me and the fish and the rod, obviously. He's definitely on there. I feel him. Feels like a heavier fish than that mahi-mahi, that's for sure. We really were jamming out, man.
I see blue and it's long.
She's sliding like a wahoo.
Yes, she is.
We might have done it, boys and girls. As long as it's not a cuda.
That's it, baby. That's it.
That's her?
Woo!
Oh,
There you go, Tyler.
get in there!
First
Oh,
one.
let's go! Free spool. Woo! Let's go, baby! Oh my God!
Look at how, is there a prettier fish to
No.
look at when you first catch him?
No.
Tyler, look, you caught him sniffing, you hooked him in the nose.
Oh my God! You took
That's
your
the
last sniff,
one.
buddy. Let's go, man. All that hard work paying off.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Where's Wahoo?
Captain Vic, Captain Brooke, put me on.
Give me a kiss.
You thought it was a
Okay.
tuna.
I don't know, I saw those fins coming out.
I will tell you, that was the deepest I've gone yet. I was about to make my turn, and we got hit in like 350. We've been trying to stay a little shallower than that, so maybe they're out deeper.
All right, there we go. We got it done here on day 2. It's still pretty early in the morning. This is when a lot of the bites were coming yesterday, so we're definitely gonna try to see if we can get another one, but what a gorgeous fish. I can't thank Victor enough for having me out here. I shot him a random text like, yo, when are you gonna put me on my first wahoo? Because for my entire life, this, as far as I can remember, this has been my favorite fish in the ocean, and I've never even seen one in person. It's my first time seeing one. When it hit the deck, it was so freaking vibrant. It's still absolutely beautiful, but what a gorgeous fish. This actually is my favorite eating fish of all time, so I can't wait to see what kind of meal we make out of it. Big thank you to Brooke too, because she's been behind the wheel all day, just putting us on in the right area to get this fish, and I'm just stoked, man. Check out these teeth. These fish are notorious for their mouth almost operates like a scissor does, and it layers over itself when it closes, and those teeth are absolutely vicious.
Wicked sharp.
Super, super sharp. But what a fish, man. We're gonna get that spread back out there, hopefully get 1 or 2 more, and just an awesome day. Putting this guy on ice to join the mahi. Let's go, baby. Not a bad looking box. Alrighty, y'all, that is a wrap on the offshore fishing for today. Had an absolute blast out there, and I'm so stoked that I finally caught my first wahoo. It has been a long time coming. Ever since I saw one of those fish as a little kid, I've just been obsessed with them and always wanted to get one. So finally I got one. Big thanks to Brooke and Viktor for putting me on. But yeah, that is not the end of this video. We are actually heading back into the dock, and Brooke and Viktor invited me over for dinner at their place tonight. So it's probably gonna be an amazing meal. I'm sure we're gonna have that wahoo and maybe some dolphin. So I'll see you guys in the kitchen.
Before we get to the kitchen, if you guys want to learn how to clean these wahoo yourselves, make sure you head over to Vic's channel, Landshark Outdoors. He does a complete walkthrough on exactly what to do, so that way you get the most out of your catch and bring the best possible product to your kitchen to enjoy. I'll be sure to have his video linked in the description below. Alrighty, we have made it to the kitchen. We are at Brooke and Viktor's lovely home.
It's called Casa de Landshark.
Casa de Landshark, oh yeah, I forgot. But they are prepping up the food. We're gonna have the wahoo tonight. It looks incredible so far. They're making quite the spread. I'm gonna let Viktor explain everything, and then we're gonna dig in. Can't wait.
You ready for this, Tyler? So we're gonna do 3 things tonight. First up, we got coconut crusted wahoo. Then we're gonna do some seared wahoo with a spicy mayo, and then we're gonna do a little wahoo crudo. So we get it 3 different ways. One's gonna be fully cooked, one's gonna be semi-cooked, and one's gonna be completely raw. So we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So for this coconut crusted one, what I'm doing is I'm going into some fine rice flour right here. We're gonna go into an egg wash, and then just some sweetened coconut flakes. I remember Brooke made this way back in the day, and it was a hit, so I'm gonna recreate what she did. So these are sweetened coconut flakes. They're gonna fry up real nice. We're just gonna shallow pan fry these. So we got the coconut crusted fish prepped up. These 2 blocks are gonna make for the perfect seared portion. I use more of the tail cuts for the coconut crusted flake fish. And then this is kind of like the midsection of the fish. The shoulder section of the wahoo is always the best. It's gonna be the thickest, best for searing. And this is gonna be for our crudo. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna slice it about this thin. For crudo, you want bite-sized pieces. You don't want to overwhelm someone with too much fish in a bite. So just about that big. Nice long strides with this Dexter sashimi knife. So Tyler says that wahoo is his favorite fish. What is your favorite way to eat it, my brother?
Raw.
Then you're gonna like this.
I've had it grilled before and I thought it was really phenomenal. But I have heard you can overcook it, so we'll see if Viktor cooks it correctly tonight.
Okay, so this is gonna be our wahoo crudo. Just sliced relatively thin. Just going down on our platter, and then we're gonna dress it up here soon. This is probably my favorite way to eat wahoo as well. I like it seared, but I really, really like it raw, completely raw. Now I'm gonna put a little sesame oil on the fish that we're gonna sear. Just rub it all around. This is gonna be a really high heat, quick pan sear, just to give it a little bit of crust, and it's gonna be pretty much raw all the way through. Just gonna shallow pan fry our coconut crusted wahoo. Don't want too high of heat because these coconut flakes will burn pretty fast. And also, wahoo is a fish that can dry out very easily. Oh, you immediately smell that coconut.
All right, the boys just walked inside, but I am keeping an eye on this coconut crusted fish, and it smells absolutely unbelievable. I'm not typically a huge coconut fan, but I think this is gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to try this fish. It doesn't get any fresher than this. This Wahoo was swimming a couple hours ago. I'm still in my fishing clothes, as you guys can see. And I was super excited to catch this fish, but I'm equally excited to eat it.
These coconut flakes are very delicate, so like I said, not too high of heat because they will burn very easily.
Do it Lady in the Tramp style.
Wow. That coconut is so good.
I love coconut anything. Coconut, desserts, coconut cake, coconut fish.
Wow,
Try it, Tyler.
that's very good.
It's
Alright.
like the most perfect piece to try.
I know.
I'll share mine with you then.
Your very first Wahoo.
Really good. And a piece for the cameraman. Get in there, buddy.
Not gonna feed me like Brooke?
I taste the coconut better on this one. That sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
There's
good.
salt on it.
It's not hot.
It's hot.
Huh.
It's definitely hot. It's definitely hot.
And the final thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a quick sear on these Wahoo. I would say no more than 20 seconds on each side. You basically just want a little bit of crust. It's gonna give it a little flavor, but you wanna enjoy the fish, I'd say like 80–85% raw. What most people do with this is they'll do like a pepper crust or sesame seared crust, but I didn't feel like dealing with all the sesame seeds. But just salt and sesame oil is gonna give it plenty of flavor. So we got just the outside seared, and we're ready to slice it up. Oh. Did you hear that in the headphones? You can't have a sushi night or a Wahoo night without some spicy mayo, so I got some Kewpie mayo, this bottle right here, some Japanese mayo, sriracha. I like to do almost equal parts sriracha to mayo. If you like it spicy, if you don't like it as spicy, do less sriracha. Some sesame oil, and then just a little splash of lime juice. And that's all you really need for a good homemade spicy mayo. So the spicy mayo is gonna go on top of our seared fish. Now for this crudo, it's basically just really thinly sliced Wahoo. We're gonna put some veggies on it, but I wanna make a really delicious, not sauce, but almost like, I wanna say vinaigrette, just like a juice to go on top of the fish. So sesame oil. This stuff right here is delicious. It's a local brand called Tabanero, sriracha honey. Go in with a good amount of that. We're gonna do some lime juice. Get some acidity in there. Do some soy sauce as well.
Tyler, how do you feel about the spread?
So far, it looks amazing. Can't wait to dig in.
Oh, you're gonna dig it. Whoa, spicy. This stuff is deadly, but good. It's like a perfect balance of spicy and sweet, but I just think my lips are sunburned, so it just hit just right. I'm gonna go down with some cucumber. We also have some sliced radishes. And the sky's the limit for crudo. You could put some mandarins on here, slices of peaches, any type of fruit, onion, radishes, daikon radish, jalapenos if you want it spicy. But look at that pretty color pop with all those radishes. And now, we're gonna finish it off with some scallion. And then the sauce we made with that sriracha honey, lime juice, soy, and all those other things, we're gonna just go right on top into our fish and just try to kind of get it evenly spread apart. And then we're gonna go down with a little bit of chili, garlic crunch. It's not too spicy, it's pretty mild. Just a lot of good flavors. Don't want to overdo it with this stuff though. Just like that. Now we're gonna slice up our seared wahoo. So if you cook it too much, you're gonna have an issue with cutting. You want it to be pretty raw. Otherwise, unless you have an extremely sharp knife, which we do, the edges are gonna fold on themselves, but just like that. Okay, so we got our seared wahoo right here and that spicy mayo we made earlier. I'm just gonna go down, right down the line of that. Get some spicy mayo on there. We're gonna finish it off with some scallion. And then for our coconut crusted fish, real simple, just store-bought sweet chili sauce. Oh, I was a little aggressive there, Vic. Just kind of sprinkle it right on top of our coconut crusted fish. I just made some basic sushi rice because we didn't really have any side dishes, so we're just gonna get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Happy to have Tyler here. Caught his first wahoo and got his first wahoo cooked for him.
Whew. I've been following Vic around the kitchen and outside for the last hour or so and just salivating over all these dishes that he's prepared, and it looks incredible. I cannot wait to eat.
Phones, eat first.
Phones eat first.
Okay, the fruits of our labor, let's go. One fish to feed the fam, to feed the friends. We're gonna give some to Brooke's parents. Tyler's gonna take some home, and this meal's definitely one for the books. My first bite was the crudo. A little bit of spice, a little bit of acid kick right there. We're gonna go for some seared. Look at that, a little spicy mayo. You can't beat fresh wahoo. You can't beat it.
These three separate dishes are the best of all the worlds. You got something fried. I mean, you can't beat something fried, but it's coconut crusted. Incredible. The crudo, and then the seared. The only thing we're missing is sushi, but sushi takes forever to make, and realistically, all you're doing is wrapping it in seaweed and rice, and you can't really taste it as good as you can when you prepare it like this. And it's incredible. You know, we went out there with one thing on our minds, wanting to catch that wahoo. We got it done, and now we're enjoying it. You can't beat it. It's absolutely delicious.
Dennis brought his own chopsticks today. Love it. Oh! Do they change colors?
I don't even know.
Where'd you get those things? Temu?
Amazon, baby.
Oh my god. They look like something you would have gotten out of a cereal box.
I'm surprised they're not red, man. I feel like you're on the dark side.
Two more in the truck. These are probably the red ones. These are kind of cheap chopsticks. I'm not gonna. They kind of bend in a little bit.
They look like lightsabers.
Out of all the three, I was most interested about the coconut fried one. And I will say that's probably my favorite. So.
My turn. I didn't wait on these guys. I've tried all three styles. Every single one is just as delicious as the last. I mentioned it a couple times that wahoo's been my favorite eating fish since before I can remember, and it still reigns supreme. I think it's so good. Vic put some kind of spicy, chili, crunchy sauce on the crudo, and it is so good. I like a little bit of spice. I can't lie, but unbelievable. Can't thank you guys enough for taking me out, putting me on my first wahoo. I wanted to catch a wahoo for so long, and all I had to do after all was just text my boy Vic. And the very next day we went out there, so big thanks to them again for having me out, and sick fish, man.
I love it. You remember when you catch like your first of anything? Like I always think back to the same memory when like people ask me like when I started fishing, my dad would drop me off on Deerfield Beach Fishing Pier. That's where I grew up fishing. I was so excited to catch my first blue runner, my first mackerel, my first bonita. And the more fish you catch, you just kind of get like, I guess, conditioned and you want more and more and more. But still like today, the sight of a wahoo, no matter how many you catch, no matter what you catch, it's always so exhilarating when you get one in the boat. And then seeing someone like Tyler, who's never caught one before, gets a pull on the rod. He's never even seen one in real life, which is amazing. And we got to put him on this and then share this meal with him together is just, I love how it comes full circle. And I always think back to that little kid on Deerfield Beach Fishing Pier, which was me. And here we are now. Blue water, being able to share this with friends and family, it's pretty special.